Let's move on to another very major story that has been capturing a lot of attention, especially after a recent episode with Sachin Tendulkar. Deepfakes. Now, deepfakes are a worrying trend of manipulated videos that are spreading misinformation on social media. And that's our special focus this week. Cricketing legend Sachin Tendulkar was the latest victim. A morphed video featuring him endorsing a gaming app was being circulated. Tendulkar took to social media to caution against what he called the rampant misuse of technology. But this is not an isolated incident. Top actors, industrialists and startup founders have also been targeted using the technology. Digitally altered images of Katrina Kaif and Rashmika Mandanna, for example, surfaced last year, portraying them in swimwear. A morphed video showed Alia Bhatt making obscene gestures. And most recently, a fake video had Priyanka Chopra promoting brands. Businessmen are also not immune. Veteran Ratan Tata, the Infosys founder Narayan Murthy and Zerodha's Nitin Kamath have all reported deepfake videos. The manipulated clips featured them recommending investments. The tycoons have cautioned users against falling prey to the misinformation campaign. So, what is a deepfake? Well, it is essentially a form of synthetic media created using artificial intelligence. Bits of real images and real sound are stitched together and digitally altered to make them seem authentic. But the technology can also create convincing but entirely fictional photos and now videos from scratch. In other words, what is happening is AI models are taking real images, real videos, real audio, and then creating entirely fake videos after being trained on those real videos and audios. So it's completely fake, created from scratch, and quite often you can't tell whether it is genuine or whether it is fake. Now, obviously, if this is harmless, it would be one thing, but these deep fakes are most often being used for malicious purposes. They're being used to spread misinformation. And going forward, it could be used to, for example, be spread misinformation on crucial political, financial, and geopolitical matters. It could manipulate public perception. It certainly can tarnish people's reputation. We're already seeing that happening. It poses a significant threat to society. The government has taken note of this emerging threat. Just last month, the centre sent an advisory to all social media platforms. They've been asked to ensure that their users do not violate the IT rules. The regulations, in other words, put the onus on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, and so on and so forth to flag or remove content that contains misinformation or deepfakes. They also have to report users who violate norms. The government argues that deepfake is AI-generated misinformation and hence is governed by the same laws as are guiding other misinformation. But in addition, the IT Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar has said that the government will soon notify tighter rules to address deepfakes in particular. Well, to understand just how bad this problem is and what we can do about it, we're being joined by noted cyber expert Ritesh Bhatia. Ritesh, thank you so much for joining us. Just wanted to get your sense of this deepfake menace, which seems to be getting worse. We've just seen it hit Sachin Tendulkar, who's the latest victim of it. How bad is it already? And it is going to get much worse, isn't it?
Oh, yes. So firstly, such an honor being with you on Vikram. You know, you've been somebody I've been watching since childhood, and it's such a really an honor to be on the show with you. So yes, I think when the first TEDx talk that I had given way back in 2017, I'd mentioned about this when I spoke about the unheard, unseen, and unknown crimes, and people said it looks like it's coming straight out of some Black Mirror episode, and many people weren't ready to believe. So imagine today we are over here. It has become a reality where we are talking about this, and it's just going to get worse. And why I'm saying worse, because 2024 is the election year, so I think I'm going to see a lot of it coming up.
So Ritesh, there are 2 or 3 immediate ways in which we are seeing deepfakes happening. But one of them, for example, we are seeing actors, slightly sleazy images of them are being created. Then we are seeing fake ads as in the Sachin Tendulkar case. Now, you're also pointing to a somewhat dangerous possibility, which is politics. You could have deepfake statements being made by politicians that are not correct. Those statements, for example, hit just before an election, and it is too late to counteract the impact of that. Let's say somebody says something really offensive in a deepfake video, and it happens one day before voting or on election day. It could have a massive impact, and we won't know what to do about it.
Absolutely, because, and this is exactly what is my fear. So it is just not the images that we are talking about. They used to be photoshopped earlier also, and in the hinterland of India, in the how people would believe the photoshopped image also they would believe to be real. And then we started having certain kind of mimicry experts who would mimic the voices. But now we don't need any of these guys. We got it's just not about the images. We have something like deep mutes. You have this particular person, a celeb or not a celeb, maybe even a politician, and you just want to make them mute. All it takes is just 5 seconds and 33 rupees. Exactly 33 rupees and 5 seconds, and you have a complete nude image of that person, and you even can't say that no, this is not that person. At least in Photoshop, you can make out, the skin color of the face and the skin color of the body is different. But over here, you just can't even make out. Everything is so pixel perfect is what I would say. So this is with images. Then now we have audios. You name the audio. Like I can get your audio or any of the anchors or anybody's audio online, especially the ones who speak so much, like anchors and celebs and politicians. I just need to download a 20-second or even a 2-minute, let's say to be on a safer side, 2-minute audio, and I'm just able to clone the voice. And here I just go onto the website, say text to speech. I type my text, let's say in Hindi, English, Tamil, whatever language you want, and the speech will be of that particular person. So now I can make any celeb say anything for or against anything.
And the interesting aspect of this, Ritesh, is that on the other side, somebody may have actually done something wrong or said something wrong. It could be a crime, for example, that the authorities have a recording on. How will that evidence ever be trusted? Because somebody can just pop up and say, like they do right now, say my account got hacked. They can just pop up and say, oh, this wasn't actually me, it's a deepfake.
Exactly. And if you would have seen in the past 1 year, many people have been using that as an excuse. Whenever there is a particular video being circulated, which is actually of theirs, and, so they say, no, this is not mine, it's a deep fake. Even earlier, they would say that no, this statement has been, misinterpreted. But now they're just directly...
Yeah, and that's what I was just saying. People already say, mera account hack ho gaya, so now they'll do that with deepfakes.
Mera account hack ho gaya. Or abhi to unke liye, now they have something as simple as that. No, this is a deep fake. This is a voice deep fake. This is like a deep mute. They can say anything.
Okay, Ritesh, the billion-dollar question, how can you tell? How can you tell that this is a deep fake and this is not?
And so if you have to ask me, what do we need to do? I have always been saying the one thing, like right now, what's trending on Instagram, the POV. But here the P says, practice the pause. Just pause. Don't react with whatever you see. The O, I would say, please replace it with the zero. Zero trust. Whatever video you get, okay? So maybe let's say this video of ours, you and I talking, I would even tell my friends, don't believe that I'm actually talking to Vikram or you're actually seeing Ritesh, but it could be a deep fake of Ritesh, okay? So go with zero trust, that I don't believe anything. And when you say that, you will go to the third tool, which is the V, which is the verify. You'll actually want to verify what it is. For example, in the case of Amol, which came up with a particular ad, that Sharam, they called it the cheese thing, which was created by AI. People started believe because it was of such an awesome quality, the imaging. But, we had to literally go onto the Amol website, find out whether it is there or not. And then we came to know, okay, this was a prank. And this was not even a prank. Somebody had done it. It was an AI generated. So whatever you read, whatever you see, and whatever you hear, the first thing is pause, don't forward, and look at it with zero trust. Go verify and then react.
So frankly, Ritesh, if you can't tell whether something is fake or something is not fake, then at the end of the day, very soon it is going to boil down to trusting the source from which you are receiving a particular video or a piece of information. I have a feeling there will be fake videos and genuine videos. You will not be able to tell the difference between one and the other. So eventually it will just come down to trusting the person who is sending that particular information to you. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, and I think that is where there is a positive thing that has also happened in the past 2 years, that we have now more and more online journalists. Like the digital journal, the journalism has gone from the conventional method to the digital method. And thanks to people like you, companies like you, that we are still now getting something that's like really authentic. And that's why when you see things coming from this particular source or these sources and all, at least we can trust, okay, we know this is from, let's say, this channel, or this is from this channel, and we have trust in that particular channel or on this online platform. Earlier, it was just restricted to few mainstream channels and print. But now we can say, okay, if it is coming from here, this has to be authentic.
Yeah, Ritesh, I couldn't agree with you more. I've been saying for a while, frankly, that there used to be a time when content was king, but content is going to be ubiquitous and it's going to be so good you can't tell this is genuine, this is fake, this is true, this is false. So perhaps in the era that we are now approaching, curation is going to be the king, not content. That's perhaps the only solution.
Absolutely. And till that time, I would repeat the 3 apps that you need to download in your head. That's practice the pause, zero trust, don't trust anything, and then verify. So, and especially in whatever now you are going to get it, because you would also be falling prey to cybercrimes. The AI-based cybercrimes are already at their, they're already there and they're happening in India. One thing, I don't know if I have that time, I would just want to emphasize on the grandparents scam, which is going to boom quite a lot. Wherein imagine, Vikram, our kids calling our parents and crying and saying that I've met with an accident, and they are like blood soaked. It's their video. And the grandfather, my father is 74, he would, of course, say, okay, tell me where I have to give the money. And he'll give the money, because the parents are all the time putting, I'm here, and I'm there. And the hackers are going to, or the cyber criminals are going to take advantage of it. Grandparents will happily give away 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, thinking that they are paying it to the hospital, but this is what is going to happen. And this is already happening, and this has happened even in India. So this is the power of the misuse of the AI, which
completely agree with you.
Cyber criminals are adapting faster than us.
Yeah, that's something else to worry about. So final advice to anybody watching this: if you are a parent, don't share too much of your children on social media. I can't say it often enough. Be careful. You may think you're posting a cute video or a cute image, but people can use that. They can train AI models on it, and they can misuse these things more than you can imagine. Thank you so much, Ritesh, for joining us. Some really excellent advice that I hope everyone is going to pay attention to. And we're going to keep talking about this issue, I fear, in the weeks and months ahead.